the Royds Revue podcast. This week, Robb and Andy have watched and written songs about the Lost World, Jurassic Park. Will the Royds be rocking with raptors, or will their sounds be stomped out by a stegosaurus? Find out next on the Royds Revue podcast.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Royds Revue podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are the Royds. And yes, that's right. After last episode talking about one of the greatest films of all time, Jurassic Park, we are following up with its sequel, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, Jeff Goldblum, Boogaloo.
I don't think that's
the full title.
I like it, though.
It's The Lost World, subtitle, Jurassic Park, subtitle, Jeff Goldblum, subtitle, Boogaloo.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't know how to use subtitles at Warner Brothers.
Turns out. I'll tell you this. I think it's actually a Universal.
I think you're right.
Well, I'll tell you this. Off the bat.
There were no bats in the movie.
That's true. But why is it called Lost World Jurassic Park instead of Jurassic Park Lost World?
I'll tell you now why it's called that.
Okay.
Because Richard Attenborough says it earlier in the movie. He goes, "It's a lost world."
All right. Good.
He says it because it's the Lost
Jurassic
World.
Park 2.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it later. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. You're right.
We'll get into it because we have lots to say. But how are you, Andy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm here. I'm alive, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to be alive.
Anything going on?
Contrary to popular belief, no.
Oh, well, I've recently had some time. I know last time I said I didn't have time to play my new PlayStation 5, but I just beat Spider-Man Miles Morales. A lot of fun. Very good. That is all.
That's a short game, right? It's like super short.
Yeah. I got the Ultimate Edition. It came with PS4 Spider-Man, but like the remastered. They changed Peter Parker's face.
I know that was a big controversy when they did it because they wanted to make him look more like Tom Holland, right?
He certainly does, but I got used to it and I was fine with it.
I'll be honest, I've noticed that with a few video games where they keep changing this guy's face. I wouldn't notice unless you pointed it out.
Yeah, well, this one he looks Jurassically different.
Nice.
Pretty good, right?
That was good. I like how you tied that in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this.
They've done that with other games too, because they did that with Red Dead Redemption 2. With patches, they made John Marston look more like Arthur Morgan.
Huh.
You're all right, boy.
We're going to go to Tahiti and we're going to be mango farmers, Arthur. All right. Let's get into it.
Maybe we'll do video games one day. We'll play full video games and write songs on them. That would be a long thing.
Yeah, we could. Red Dead is that's a time suck and a half. So, but it's also got like a really compelling story. So, yeah, I think
that's for the Royds Twitch stream.
There you go. I think eventually we're gonna get an email or something and throw up some polls on the internet. And
what is the
get
internet?
People to here we go. It's a series of tubes.
Is it a fad? Is this gonna last? This internet?
Probably not. Yeah, I think at some point we'll have some fan interaction. You listeners can.
We'll give them the illusion of interaction. Yes. Okay. These peasants.
Here he goes.
This is a good thing to do on the second podcast to really alienate your audience,
especially the one that, like, we at this point in recording we have not put up any of them.
No, this is live. They think this is live.
No, they don't.
Yeah. People who listen to podcasts are stupid. They think it's live. I listen to podcasts. All the podcasts I listen to, I just assume they're live. Even when it says from June of 2016, I go, this is from right now. I go, that's an outdated reference. Interesting. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at RoydsRevue@gmail.com. That's RoydsRevue@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's Royds. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
So The Lost World, Jurassic Park. So this is the second Jurassic Park movie, also the second and last one based on a book.
Right.
So after Jurassic Park, Stevie Spiels, as we talked about, my good close personal friend, says, hey, Michael Crichton, write another one of those Jurassic Park books. And Michael Crichton said, I'd prefer not to. And then they said, you're going to write another Jurassic Park book. You have to do this. So he did. And that's how we got The Lost World. And they didn't even stick to the main book either.
Really?
They forced the guy to write a book for them so they can make a movie and then didn't even stick with the book.
Now, does it stick with it initially?
No, because the opening scene, which I think is the best scene in the movie, is ripped directly from the first Jurassic Park. So if you ever read the first Jurassic Park book, that's actually how the book opens up.
Interesting.
So they took that scene, that opening scene from Jurassic Park, the book, and put it in The Lost World, which is why it's one of the best scenes in the movie.
Robbie, facts guy Robbie.
I read a little bit.
Here he goes.
I know I can put words together when I'm visualizing them and form sentences.
So what's the deal with the title then?
So The Lost World. So remember, this is Site B, as they say.
Right.
So this is a second island that was lost. It was forgotten about. It was lost. John Hammond did nothing to protect this island. He just went, yeah, and now there are dinosaurs living in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
It's like a lost world.
That's the part that bothers me initially. Like after that first scene where, and the first note I have is Stevie Spiels killed a little girl in the opening of his movie. And then I put next to it, oh, never mind, because they said, oh, she's alive. She's okay. This starts to become one of the big problems I have with these movies is if they didn't say that, this movie's rated R because they just killed a child. Yeah. In the first scene of the movie. Yeah.
But you don't even see it.
No. I mean, that, like you said, it's a good scene. And a lot of it is like, there are good moments in this movie.
The guy tells the compies, get away from my daughter.
Also, I noticed that it took everyone a while to react. Like she was like, daddy. And everybody just stood up and they looked. And it's like, yo, if that was my daughter and I heard that, I wouldn't just stand and look. I'd like run to her.
Was that my daughter screaming bloody murder from a far beach? Huh. I hope she's having fun, dear.
It sounds like she's having a rip snorting good time. Also,
everyone in this movie's stupid, though, including the little girl. Because this thing comes out and she goes, are you a bird?
Yeah.
Is this green scaly thing a bird? It's like, I know you're young, but you've seen birds before.
You know what a bird is. Come on. I don't know. I mean,
and then she's like, you want some food? Oh.
Yeah. I think that this movie takes its time getting silly, but when it gets silly, it's real silly. Like, and we'll get to it, but John Hammond, the scenes with Jeff Goldblum and John Hammond are still good because they're always opposing each other, but they're both relatively cordial about it. What? So like Jeff Goldblum's not like, you're a fucking idiot. He's like, do you have a phone? I need a phone. I gotta call these people. Like, I gotta save their lives. And then it's like his girlfriend, and like she's also a dinocologist
who's obsessed with the parenting skills of dinosaurs. People think T-Rexes leave their kids.
Yeah. Like who?
People think T-Rexes are deadbeat parents. That's a stereotype of dinosaurs we cannot allow.
You know what also bothered me was when they get to the island. First off, this movie wastes no time getting us to the dinosaurs. Like, you got the dinosaurs in the first scene, and then there's some exposition like, oh, why Jeff Goldblum's ending up on this island, and then boom, Stegosauruses. It's like nonstop dinos after that, which is cool. Because I think, here's the thing with the first one. Even though it's a movie with dinosaurs, the characters are still interesting and the story is great. And I'm there for that. And like it managed to do a movie about dinosaurs and people without being silly. This movie drops the ball in that. Like there are no character arcs in this movie.
There are no characters in this movie.
Yeah. Well, there is one character arc, and that's who I wrote the song about, but we'll get to that later. But what pissed me off was Julianne Moore. What's her name in the movie?
Sarah Harding.
Sarah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How many Sarahs do you think are on?
That was probably the funniest line in the movie.
Yeah. And then he corrects. He's like, yeah, you're right. Sarah. Yeah. But she pets a stegosaurus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets attacked by big old stegosauruses. And then the next scene, she's like, guys, we can't tamper with this life. We're only here to observe. Like, what did you just do last scene?
So I like how that's the part that pissed you off, though, because I'm backing up a little bit. Jeff Goldblum goes to Dr. Hammond's house and the grandkids are there. Where are their parents? Do they not know about how they almost died because of their grandfather?
That's true.
And they're like, no, it's cool. You could just go and hang out with your grandpa still. Oh, and by the way, he's in bad financial straits. We're going to make sure these two children know all about the bad financial situation their grandfather is in right now.
Yeah.
And then the grandkids are just telling that to Ian Malcolm, like, Grandpa's broke.
Yeah.
Grandpa's a broke bitch.
Yeah. He's back on his bullshit.
Well, he's back on his bullshit. Well, there's this great line, capitalist to naturalist in just 4 years, he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why do you want to protect these dinosaurs? And why are you sending this really weak team to document these dinosaurs? He's just sending four random people, not experts. Sarah Harding, she should not want to go. I understand why someone would want to see dinosaurs. But if you're with this guy, Ian Malcolm, who has just spent the last 4 years going, I almost fucking died. But you're going to go, I want to go check that out. I'm going to go look at that. That seems interesting to me.
I found that I thought I was going to, because when I remember watching this movie as a kid, and even as a kid, I was like, this ain't shit compared to the first one. But like, I didn't hate it. I kind of came into it thinking like, oh, I'm not going to hate this. I don't know if I hated it, but like certain aspects like that I thought I would hate now. I kind of like the kid. She didn't bother me at all. And she had pretty realistic reactions to everything. Like as soon as they heard the roar, she was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like I thought this was cool, but now I'm done. I don't, let's get the fuck out of here.
A lot of the kids' motivations make sense, but in the scene before they leave, where the next time you see them, they're on their way to the island. Jeff Goldblum looks at his daughter and just goes, stay right here. And then just never sees her again. And we don't get anything of her sneaking onto the plane. All of a sudden, we find out she's there because she's a shit cook.
This movie has a lot of
problems. Yeah. It has problems.
But I will say the CGI looked better. I mean, it had like 4 years or something.
Yeah. But I think some of the CGI looked fine. But when you get later into the movie, it looks worse and worse.
Yeah, well, that whole third act seems pretty tacked on.
The whole third act seems tacked on. The Velociraptors are horrible CGI.
Yeah, they're also dumber.
Yes.
And not as interesting. Like in the first one, it's like building up to the raptors are like the real problem here because they're super smart and super sexy. So it's like distracting. But like this one, it's all about the T-Rex, and there's two of them at once.
Yeah, we had the T-Rex mama and the T-Rex daddy with that dino dick.
Daddy Rex.
Daddy Rex with the dino dick. There's 2 dino dicks if you're counting at home.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's 3. I think we had 2 last time.
Oh, I meant this episode.
Oh, there was one before?
No, I just said it twice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm going to talk dino dicks all day.
It's a Dino Dick Pod. Yeah.
After we're done with Jurassic Park, we're just going to do the show Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Every episode. That's what they don't realize is coming. Why, after they helped the baby T-Rex, were they surprised that the other T-Rex were like, no, we're still going to kill you?
Yeah, and it's also kind of weird that the T-Rex is like, they knocked the thing off like halfway.
Well, they definitely came. They had a child.
Right. All right. They showed up. They knocked the RV like halfway off the cliff, and then they left. And then they came back, and they're like, "Oh shit, this is still here." Like, where'd they go?
They came back and were like, "Let's rip this guy in half.
Yeah, let's kill this guy." Okay, here's the
let's
thing
play
about this
catch
guy.
with him real quick, and then rip him in half.
First off, that scene is the first movie quality scene. It's a little less, but like it also follows similar beats. So like the T-Rex shows up, fucks up the car, and then the car is left in a precarious situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like in the first one. But the scene, it's very good. Again, at like Stevie Spiels, or the Berg, as we called him, is tightening that tension again. Like, especially when Julianne Moore hits the glass and it's like starts cracking and they're like, don't move. And then that thing's falling. And Vince Vaughn's like, heads up. Like that scene is great. I liked everything about it.
The scene is great until he goes, you guys need anything?
Yeah.
Goes,
This is
a double cheeseburger?
This man is saving your life, and you're going to hit him with some sarcastic bullshit. That's also the last thing you fuckers said to him before he got ripped in half by two T-Rexes.
I hate that. And I hate that this whole movie seemed to turn Ian Malcolm into John McClane from Die Hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a badass, and I'm just going to have all these sick one-liners and jokes.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm going to be there when you figure it out to the guy. And he's like, they're
protecting their baby. So am I.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah, come on.
Not to mention, he was protecting a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
He wasn't even protecting his daughter in that scene. He was protecting a grown-ass woman.
Who came to the island under her own volition. Like, she wasn't forced there. She wasn't there by accident. She was just like, I like dinosaurs. I'll show up. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they leave after the Stegosaurus scene? Because their whole thing was just to document the dinosaurs, prove they exist, and get the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
They get the Stegosaurus shot, and they're like, all right, that's one.
Yeah. We need a picture of every dino on this island.
It became Pokemon Snap, Jurassic Park Snap.
Yeah.
Just going around taking pictures of dinosaurs. That would have been a better movie.
I don't know. I don't know about that, because let's be honest, Pokemon Snap's not a great game. There, I said it.
You're wrong.
I said it. Oh, look at that. You point the camera, and then you click the button. Riveting.
We're done. This
podcast is done. Yeah. It's over, guys.
That's it.
Made it halfway through the second one. We're good.
Not even.
But I like how the big game hunter guy, who is the only character in this movie with a character arc.
He's a great character.
He is. He's also very silly.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's especially when Vince Vaughn is talking to him, he's like, hey, why are you here? He's like, hunting the most dangerous game. I was like,
man. T-Rex.
Like, you're here to like shoot and kill a T-Rex. Like, what are you doing? I like how also as he's talking about killing the T-Rex, he's holding a double barrel shotgun, and they keep commenting on this big old shotgun. It's like, you think that's gonna kill a T-Rex? What are you fucking thinking?
I just like how they're driving with that dude. And he goes, I don't need my pay. I just want to hunt a T-Rex, a male, a buck.
Yeah.
Why won't you negotiate that into your price?
Yeah. Why are you having this conversation now? You're already on the island. Like,
this whole plan. And now you're like, you know what? I don't need money. I'll just hunt the T-Rex. Say that beforehand.
Yeah. And I like how the guy who's funding it is just like, all right, weirdo.
Jay's like, deal, save my money.
Also,
go ahead, you try to catch a T-Rex.
Well, see, like, that's the other thing I didn't like about this. This one has like a definitive villain who gets his comeuppance, and the first one has a villain, but he dies like halfway through the movie, and it's not about him. Like, and he's also great, like Dennis Nedry, right?
Yeah,
he's a great character, and he's like relatively fleshed out, and like he's interesting. This guy, he's just like, I'm British. I was like, okay. I'm evil. I twist my mustache. Like, what is
We're
this?
gonna open up the original Jurassic Park, which is done already. By the way,
San Diego. Like, what?
It's also amazing. After what happened in Costa Rica, now you're gonna bring them into a city.
Yeah.
That's the plan. That's your fucking plan.
Also, when InGen shows up at the island, they're showing like it's like a montage of them driving, and there's one scene where a Jeep and a motorcycle go off a jump, and then they hit the ground so hard, and you see like all the dirt and debris, and then it cuts, and I thought to myself like, oh, that Jeep is totaled. Those guys are dead because it just smashes like right in the front. But I got here. The movie doesn't hold a candle to the first one until the T-Rexes show up, and even then, it just feels like, all right, the first one had one T-Rex. How do we up that? Right.
2 T-Rexes.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
We'll send in 2 T-Rexes and Yoshi from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my impression. Pretty good, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't want to interfere with nature, but we're gonna heal this dinosaur who has a broken leg.
That whole, I don't know.
And then Vince Vaughn kills everybody.
What do you mean?
He's the one who frees the dinosaurs.
That's true. But did anybody die in that scene?
Someone had to. The Triceratops was like running rampant through the camp.
Yeah. I mean, also that car gets launched like 30 feet.
Yeah, someone has to die.
Also, Sarah, after they fixed the T-Rex, the baby T-Rex, covered in blood.
Yes.
Covered in T-Rex blood. Maybe, and like in the scene after that, they're talking about like, oh, the T-Rex has crazy sense of smell. Smells up to 2 miles. Like, hey, maybe get rid of that jacket.
Sounds like a plan.
Because you notice when the T-Rex puts its head in the tent, when she's sleeping, it's sniffing the jacket. It's like, what are you guys doing? Aren't you guys dinocologists?
How did the T-Rex sneak into the campsite with no one hearing it?
That was my other thing. Where are the thumps?
All of a sudden, they're all sleeping in a tent. All of a sudden, this T-Rex just ducks its head down and into the tent. Yeah. Without making a single noise.
And the little girl, Jeff Goldblum's daughter, she's sleeping for like 30 seconds of that. Well, it's like, and she's like, you are a heavy sleeper. Come on.
Apparently everyone is.
Yeah.
Apparently everyone who went to Isla Sorna was a incredibly heavy sleeper.
And that's the other thing that these movies seem to do after the first one is like, if you don't know shit about dinosaurs, you're an idiot and you deserve to die in these movies.
Well, that's like, clearly how Alan Grant felt in the first movie.
Right.
Remember, he cut that kid's dick off.
He sure did. But like all the goons, also this movie has goons. So it's just like, okay, we know there's going to be a lot of dino death, dino killing. Like, let's see it.
Let's think, the minute all these characterless people just show up, you're like, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Guy in the cowboy hat who's more scared of snakes than a T-Rex.
Yeah, dead. Man. Like the scene itself is like the waterfall is cool. And then he's like, snake. And then he goes out like, what? Come on, you're the expert. What are you doing?
And then 1 minute later, Jeff Goldblum walks through the waterfall.
They're like, it's coming back. And they're like, hey, I'm Jeff Goldblum.
Good thing the T-Rex didn't see him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, come on. But,
my note of that is literally just long-haired is scared of snakes, not T-Rex. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Because I don't know the guy's name. He was long hair with a cowboy hat.
No, he was the guy who was explaining. He was like the dino expert. He's explaining. He's like, oh, that dinosaur has 17 inches of skull. So if it hits you, you better not do that.
What dinosaur has a 17-inch dick?
Talking dino dick. Here's a note. Dieter, right?
Okay.
That's the second in command guy.
Yes. I had such a hard time with the names because I couldn't care less about any of the characters.
Exactly. I don't even know the name of the character that I liked. The game hunter guy.
Some of the P, I think.
Persephone?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Persephone. That's what we'll just call him. Beautiful. So bald Persephone. The only name of a new character I remember is Nick Van Owen.
Which one? Oh, that's Vince Vaughn.
Vince
right?
Vaughn, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only new character's name I remember.
Well, Dieter, he gets he's also in Fargo. That's what I said when I saw him. I was like, hey,
like
Fargo.
He's in North Dakota right now.
The movie, right?
Oh, I'm so stupid. Fuck, I'm dumb.
Oh, here he goes.
Fucking idiot.
Hey, this is my note. Hey, Dieter, why'd you go so far away to pee? You're on a dino island, my guy.
Hey, Dieter, you realize those things couldn't kill a little girl, but they ripped you to shreds?
Yeah, I mean, they sure took a long time doing it, but I feel like that scene, they just did it like 4 times.
He just kept
did it twice. Yeah, he falls, they attack him, he shakes him off, he keeps going. He falls, they attack him, he shakes him off, he keep going. And they just show it like, just maybe do it once.
I also like, we're supposed to feel like the compies remember him zapping the other compies.
Yeah.
Like they were like, that's him. Let's get him, boys.
That's the zappy guy. Let's kill him.
Oh, you like zapping little dinos, huh? He's like, oh, and he runs. He's terrified of these things.
Yeah. Well, that one got him right on the lip.
Yeah. I mean, that must suck.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I have a hard time believing he couldn't have just swatted them off of him.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of a clown. I mean, I don't know why he's like, I gotta go pee. And then he walks like out of sight of everyone. Like, dude, just fucking pee.
There's a guy with his headphones on.
Yeah. Like,
totally
what are you
oblivious
doing?
to the world around him.
Oh man. And then like they leave and the main guy, the game hunter guy's like, where's Dieter? And everybody's like, oh. And nobody gives a shit.
Well, that sucks. Let's go.
Yeah. They're all just like, trying to see some dino dick, you know?
Because because now they're on their way to the center of the island after they explicitly said, you should stay on the coast. Yeah. They still ran into the 2 T-Rex on the coast. So I don't think the coast really did jack shit for them.
Yeah.
But they're like, no. You're going to have the vicious predators in the middle. And by that, they just meant the CGI velociraptors who they couldn't actually show because they were just killing nameless people.
Yep.
And just picking them off in a tall grass in like a wheat field.
See, that I kind of liked because he had like that wide shot and you see the trails like showing up and you're like, okay, that's pretty cool.
The tails going were cool, but it was just the way like, this is how they're going to hide all the death in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really how they did it. They just had guys getting picked off. It's like, you couldn't even see them die.
Yeah.
What's the point of having people die in a movie? And like, you're like, we're going to show it, but not really. You know what's happening.
Maybe it's like back then in the 90s, maybe it was like, all right, how many people, Stevie, how many people are you going to kill in this movie? It's like, oh, like 100. I'm like, all right, well, you want a PG-13, right? Maybe do a little sneaky kills, you know?
Well, that's what it is. You can't kill kids. For a long time, you couldn't kill women in these movies. That's why the first woman to die in the series was in Jurassic World.
Yeah, and it was like over the top.
It was
crazy.
Kind of hysterical, but that whole movie was over the top crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the line that this one crosses at a certain point. Mainly the final act, when they just bring the T-Rex to
the line officially gets crossed when Ian Malcolm's daughter does a gymnastics kick to the Velociraptor and sends the Velociraptor flying. And Ian Malcolm goes, hey, you didn't make the gymnastics team?
They kicked you off the team? Yeah.
That was...
that is... I have that as a note. That is officially when this franchise becomes silly.
Totally silly.
Like...
Because in the first movie, they didn't fight off the Raptors. They escaped the Raptors.
Yeah.
They were able to hold them off.
Like she kicked it onto a spike.
Yeah.
And it was like what? But I skipped over it from before, but when that waterfall scene, when the T-Rex bites the snake guy, Vince Vaughn calls the T-Rex a son of a bitch. He's like, "You son of a bitch!" I thought that was hilarious. The guy called a dinosaur a son of a bitch. Oh man, Vince Vaughn got a lot more screen time than I remember.
Except he just disappears once they're back in San Diego.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody's gone. Everybody except the villain, Ian Malcolm.
Which is funny because San Diego is where having the child in the movie would have made sense. Instead of ham-fisting a kid onto the island.
Yeah. It would have made sense if they had that scene with her in the beginning, setting up their relationship, and then at the end she plays a part.
But instead, she's for some reason on the island doing gymnastics kicks, flipping around, kicking velociraptors, poorly cooking, almost pretty much alerting the T-Rex, like, we're here. You can see the smoke. I'm cooking.
Right. So final act of the movie, right? The big game hunter takes down the T-Rex with the two tranks, right? And I like how like the whole, like in the beginning especially, he's like, I'm here for one reason. I don't care about nobody else. I'm gonna kill my big old T-Rex. And then like as his men start dying, he's like, hey, is all this worth it? A lot of people are dying. And then like finally, the guy's like, hey, you did it. Why aren't you happy? He's like, spending too much time in the company of death. I'm out of here, my guy. So like, that's the only character arc in this whole movie.
Right.
But it's at least interesting, I guess. But my first question is, how the hell did they get that T-Rex into a cage? They knocked it out, right? Who's lifting that?
Machines. Where? No. It's
all their
machines.
Equipment got destroyed. Okay. I'll give you that. How's this?
Machines.
When the boat crashes into the dock, all right? You're telling me the T-Rex escaped, chomped everybody, and then got back into his cage.
There's a deleted scene.
There's a deleted scene.
They deleted a very important part of the movie where the velociraptors somehow got on the boat and killed everybody.
Then where'd they go?
Who fucking knows? That's probably why they deleted the scene.
Oh, man.
And then they show the hand on the wheel.
Yeah.
Because they needed another callback to the first fucking movie. So they go, all right, we'll have the captain's hand on the wheel, but it'll just be a hand.
Oh, man. I like how in the first movie, Dr. Malcolm even says, like, what do they got? King Kong in there? When they approach the gates. And then in this one, they're like, hey, let's just do a King Kong. Let's just do a big old King Kong, but with the T-Rex.
They kind of referenced that in the movie too. Not King Kong, but you know the Japanese dudes in San Diego? You know what they say, right? So it basically translates to, I thought we left Japan to get away from these things.
Also, I would be referencing
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
So obviously in the Jurassic Park universe, kaijus are real.
Makes sense to why it's so fucking silly.
So that's why I'm hoping for in Jurassic World Dominion, we get Mothra versus the T-Rex.
Wow.
What do you think the chances are?
0.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But you know what? At this point, you don't know.
Well, what else does Universal own? They own Harry Potter, right? So maybe we'll get Dumbledore versus T-Rex, you know?
That's Avada Kedavra all the way.
No, yeah, it's easy. It's an easy fight.
Easy. Why does the dog have to die?
Yeah, and the kid didn't even care. He was just like snapping a picture.
No, hold on. I could justify that. I love my pet. If I watched the T-Rex eat my cat, I wouldn't take a picture, but I'd be standing in shock. Like that.
I'd be standing in shock. Yeah.
That's a moment like I can understand. I can understand not reacting. I can understand being like,
Yeah.
But like to snap a photo?
Get real anime with it.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that I mean that scene was definitively Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
Um
Known dog hater.
yeah. This guy's a monster, I'm telling you. But I mean, really, that's all. I mean, the villain also. So there's a point where, the T-Rex breaks free, and like Dr. Malcolm was right there, right, and he found the time to walk up to the villain and be like, "Now you're John Hammond." Like, I feel like I feel like you guys got to start moving. Like, why are you taking time to rub it into the villain's face? And then the villain's like an absolute moron. Because like he goes to get the baby and he sees the helicopters like chasing the T-Rex who is clearly going after the baby, and he's like, oh, I could get the baby. And it's just like, this, you're stupid. You're stupid and comically evil. It's just like, it's like
comically evil can work, but not in this scenario. Not after the brilliance of the first movie.
Right. Not in the universe that they set up here. Like, because the conversations alone in the first half of the first movie are all very interesting.
Yes.
All of them. And they're like diametrically opposing sides talking about it. And it's very interesting. I could go a whole movie with just that conversation. But like, everything in this is like, it's like Stevie Spiels forgot what his own movie, like why his own movie was good. He was like, oh, people like dinosaurs, right? It's like, dude, come on. You did this already. You did it so much better. What happened?
Money. This was just rushed. The movie was rushed. I mean, at the end of it, John Hammond's talking, not in handcuffs.
Yeah.
But they don't show, like, hundreds of people have died.
Yeah.
I want to know their family's reaction to watching him be like, oh, we're going to protect the dinosaurs. The American and Costa Rica government are going to protect the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like, you did this.
That's the other thing is like, I understand that it's not the T-Rex's fault. It's a fucking killing machine.
Right.
But like, I don't understand the problem with just like, all right, kill it.
Just kill it. Bomb the shit out of that whole island.
Yeah.
Just destroy it. Both of them.
At this point, especially after that incident, like if after the first one they contained it, okay, yeah, let them live. But like after this, it's like, okay, clearly man and dinosaur cannot live together. It's just like,
well, this dude said this throughout the entire first movie, spare no expense. Obviously, we knew he was cheap. The dude doesn't even put anything on that island. Not a perimeter, not helicopters monitoring it, nothing. But he's going to send just 4 randos in there. Hey, make a documentary.
Yeah, and one of them he knows hates his guts.
Yeah. One of them he basically tricks into going.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy that 3 of them made it out.
Well, they're the main characters.
Yeah, that's true. And they had all the goons to chomp.
Especially because Nick Van Owen doesn't appear at all in San Diego. Vince Vaughn's character should have died.
Yeah. That's what I thought when on this watch, because I remember him not being there.
He just disappears.
Yeah, he just like calls in the coordinates, saves the day, and then that's it. I don't know.
Which gets to the very end of the movie, and I have a major problem. And this is a major, major issue I have with this following through. Every Jurassic Park movie from here on out ends the exact same way. They show the pteranodon or the pterodactyl loose.
Yeah.
Which is the exact same ending in Jurassic Park 3 with the pterodactyls flying. Jurassic World with them flying. And then finally, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom with all of them loose. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the 4-year-old movie.
I have not.
Well, I'm sorry. But
it's all right.
You can't end the movie like that every time.
Yeah. You know what? I would say that it makes sense in the third one.
The third one, fine, but you can't end the second one like that and then end the third one like that and then do it again in the fourth one.
Especially because in the third one, all the birds are in a cage.
Yes.
So, like, what happened to that one at the end of the second one?
Also, why was there no mention? I also don't like how there's no mention of the pterodactyls or the pteranodons, whatever they are.
Yeah, and you don't see
You
them.
don't see them throughout the whole movie, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're there.
I feel like it was like, oh, the special effects guys actually rendered one. So let's just toss it. Let's just toss it in there at the end.
Throw it in there. Throw it in there.
Yeah.
Who cares? No one's going to question it. Yeah. It's Jurassic Park.
I recently, for this podcast, I watched the third one. I wrote my song already, but I didn't record it yet. But initially, I thought the second one was better because it's Stevie Spiels. I think they're of the same quality. Second and third. But we could talk about that next time.
We'll talk about it because the third one is irritating. This one's annoying.
Yeah.
But hint, hint at what our next episode is going to be. JP3, which I also started watching, but fell asleep during it. Even though it's by far the shortest movie, I couldn't make it through.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it through. It's a shame because I love William H. Macy.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah.
You have any other thoughts on this kind of shitty
It's a
movie?
mess.
What would you give it out of 10?
That's tough. What would I give it out of 10? I would give this movie a very kind 5 out of 10.
Same.
Because it's not the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
No.
But
no, it's an okay movie.
It's still Steven Spielberg, and it's like, you're better. You're better than.
And that's the thing when it comes to like, oh, he was rushed. Like, aren't you Steven Spielberg? Who's Russian Steven Spielberg?
Wasn't this his first movie since the first Jurassic Park? Because didn't he made Schindler's List and Jurassic Park in like the same year? I think so. True? Yeah, they both came out in 93. Unless I'm wrong. And now I'm going to use the Google machine.
Here it goes.
And we're going to find out. I'm pretty sure they both came out the exact same year. Yeah, 93. So he probably took a little break and just forgot how to make movies.
I mean, like the cinematography and all that shit is fine.
The script is bad. The dialogue is bad. I mean, in the first movie, it's so quotable. It's so quotable, the first movie. Mm-hmm. What's the most quotable line in this movie?
Increase your rate of climb.
Yes, they have to do another callback to the first movie. Must go faster.
Yeah, there are some instances in this movie where the dialogue is pretty snappy. Like when he's talking to his kid in the first, when he's talking to John Hammond, when he's talking to his kid, establishing that relationship, and when he's in the RV talking to Julianne Moore and telling his kid, like, contradicting things because he's all frazzled. Like, he's like, oh, this is a private conversation. Go outside. And she's like going outside. He's like, don't go out there. It's not safe. It's like, okay, this is good. But then, like, the rest of it is poop duty crap. 3-word review.
Poop duty crap. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Andy thinks The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I forgot what I titled it before. Jeff Goldblum, Electric Boogaloo. Jurassic Park 2. There we go. With all the colons in between. Subtitles.
PDC. Poop duty crap.
That's the official rating.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at RoydsRevue@gmail.com. That's RoydsRevue@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it. All right, you wanna get into the songs?
Let's get those songs. All right, we're going to flip the pick now. Andy, do you want heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, let's go tails. Here we go. It is tails again. Andy, you want to go first or you want to go second?
I'll go second this time.
All right, you'll go second. So that means I am up first. So let me get my song up, and I'll do the same thing I did last time. I'll quick tell you the name of it, and then I'll play the song. So this is my song based on The Lost World Jurassic Park 2. Jeff Goldblum, Boogaloo, and this song is called A Whole New Set of Mistakes.
We're making a whole new set of mistakes. We're making a whole new set of mistakes this time. Our hands are tied, but you're justified to feel the way you do. No lessons learned, but bridges burned. Everything you said was true. We're making a whole new set of mistakes. We're making a whole new set of mistakes this time. Yeah, it's a tough sell. We're going back to hell, and you're taking your family too. We probably run out of luck while we're hunting some buck with an under-prepared crew. At first they'll take your breath away. Let's not chase them, don't let them lead you astray. That's a surefire way to die. We're making a whole new set of mistakes. We're making a whole new set of mistakes this time. We're making a whole new set of mistakes. We're making a whole new set of mistakes this time.
All right, so that was mine or Rob's song, Whole New Set of Mistakes. So I based that song off really one of the very first scenes of the movie with Ian Malcolm, and he's talking to John Hammond, and John Hammond says, "We're not making the same mistakes this time." And Ian Malcolm says, "No, we're making a whole new set of new ones." And that's kind of where I took that first line off of. Obviously the chorus, a whole new set of mistakes. And then just really clutching different parts of the movie, similar to how I did last time, where I talk about bringing your family to, we're going back to hell. He's going back to this island. He has no interest in going there. There's lots of death, destruction. He knows it's not going to be a good situation, but this time you have to go. You're bringing your family. In the very first verse, when he says, our hands are tied, because John Hammond feels like he has no choice. He has to do this to save these animals. But he also understands why Ian Malcolm feels the way he does. He tells him, but you're justified to feel this way. So really the whole song is about, this is a mistake going back. They know they're making a mistake, but also maybe it's a whole mistake to make this movie in general. I wonder if I should have thrown that in there, make it a little meta, but I didn't. But I also, coming through with that mistake of, you don't want to hunt a T-Rex. It's hunting an apex predator with, like you said before, a shotgun. That's a mistake in and of itself.
Yeah.
So it's just a movie just full of mistakes by the characters, by the filmmakers. And that's really what I based it on, that first line, and just building on all the mistakes they made throughout the movie.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I liked it. I like the end. You had like that cool breakdown kind of thing going.
With a key change.
Oh, girl, I didn't even notice that, girl. Ooh. But yeah, that was good. And John Hammond being back on his bullshit generally also kind of shits on the first movie, just like where that movie leaves off.
Yeah.
But That was the point I wanted to make earlier. But yeah, I like that. Whole new set of mistakes. Also one of the better lines in the movie.
That is
so
true.
I can see why you would cling on to that. But yeah, I'm into it.
All right. Awesome. All right. You're up.
Okay, mine is called I Came Here to Live. It is in the point of view of the big game hunter. I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about. And
Hunting a buck.
Yeah, that guy. I'll do what Robbie does, and I'll tell you after. I will say this: I didn't play with a click this time. Also, a little bit of some timing issues, but if you get past it, we'll all have a good time.
If you're listening to this podcast, you got to understand we're two guys watching movies and trying to give you a song a week. If you're looking for the best quality recordings, you're listening to the wrong thing.
Yeah, we're not rich, so we got
These are home recordings.
Yeah. All right, it's called I Came Here to Live.
Company of death. I came here to live. I didn't come here to die. I came here to live. I didn't come here to die. I came here to live. I didn't come here to die. I came here to live.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at RoydsRevue@gmail.com. That's RoydsRevue@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
I dig it. That's heavy as fuck.
Oh,
What?
rock and roll.
I legit couldn't hear you. I just heard you come back and go, oh. And I was like, yo, Andy really liked his own song there.
Oh. So, I mean, obviously the thumps are the T-Rex, stroll.
I didn't even connect that.
Yeah. That was my first thought because I was like,
You
all
said
right, so
obviously. I was like, I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah. It's just a lot of T-Rex in this movie. I was like, all right, let me thump it, That's because they played, they do it again in this, but with bigger bodies of water. Like there was a whole puddle, like thump, and it was rumbling. I was like, okay. But the chorus, "I didn't come here to die, I came here to live," is when he's talking to Vince Vaughn, and he's like, there was a guy who went to Mount Everest, and he came with no oxygen. He came back nearly dead, and they said, "Why'd you go up there to die?" He's like, "I didn't. I went up there to live." So I took that. I was like, all right, that's this guy's whole deal.
Yeah.
That's the chorus. And that's it. I figured like the last song for the first episode was kind of like I don't know, ballad's the right word, but it was like softer. Figured like this movie seems to lean on its action. So let me rock and roll,
Absolutely. No, I dig it. I didn't even realize that those were thumps for the T-Rex. I thought I fucked it up when I hit play.
Oh, no. That's just,
and I was like, I started scrambling. You can't see everything I'm doing over here, but like it went, Dunk! And I was like, uh-oh, what did I do? And I'm like scrambling, thinking I fucked. So I was like, I like it.
What if that was my whole song? It was just dunk. I was like, man, it's an instrumental.
I'd probably laugh my ass off if I'm being honest. I probably wouldn't stop laughing at that.
The funny thing is with that was I was, first of all, because I didn't play with a click, I had to like just watch the bars on the Audacity, because that's what I used to record, because I'm broke. And so it was just like jump like on the hit. But then the way I record, I don't plug my guitar into the MIDI. I do it with a microphone, because when I plug it into the MIDI, I get a duty tone.
Right.
But my amp, I haven't gotten the tubes tied, as they say.
Oh, no. It's going to have another amp.
Yeah, a little.
You're going to have a baby amp.
Going to be a little solid state. But like it buzzes like crazy. So I had to like go in between each blam and like mute it in between. So that's why it's kind of choppy. It's like blam, blam.
I liked it. Once I realized it was part of the song and I didn't fuck shit up, I liked it.
All right. I appreciate that. I just, again, like Rob said, it's not about the quality. It's like audio quality. It's about the quality of you know what I'm fucking saying.
It's about the songwriting. It's also about the challenge.
Yeah.
One thing we touched about in the first episode is we like the challenge of this as songwriters.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun, honestly.
Absolutely.
I thought I'd drown in like the amount of work, but it's actually not that much work, because like you're just watching a movie for 2 hours, and then I write a song, and I try to do it right after, because it's fresh in my mind, and then just record can take like a day or two.
That's funny, because I'm totally different. Yeah. I don't sit down and do it all in one shot. So I'll come up with a line. So how I've done it, like that first line, a whole new set of mistakes. We're making a whole new set of new ones. I sat on that for a while, not knowing what to do with it, until finally, and then I just sat there like, okay, picked up a guitar. I was like, okay, this works here. This works. I can do something with this here. And then I can build the song. Because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll record the music first. Right. And then I'll build the lyrics. So I had that one line, and I wrote all the music with just that one line. And then it becomes, okay, so now I have to how do I tie the rest of my lyrics into that line, but also being about the movie?
Right.
Which, again, it's part of the challenge, because it also helps cure writer's block. Every writer in the world gets writer's block. So this is a great cure.
I will say I've had writer's block for probably a year and a half now. But this has cured me, and I think it's because I know I'm writing about something, like in the moment. Like I thought after last week, I was like, all right, this was a fluke. Like I came up with this chord progression right then and there. I was like, oh shit, this is pretty good. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to dig into my archive of like unused riffs and chord progressions. But no, I just and I've written 3 songs now. Like for this podcast, I'm saying, like, I
3 songs total in your life,
in my whole life, yeah. But like, it's just coming, which is great. It's just nothing,
Well, I've got nothing to say to that.
Nice. Oh, ouch. I got fucking Charlie horse so bad my leg.
All right. On the Charlie horse, we can wrap it up on the Charlie horse. We've been going for about an hour now.
Keep that shit in.
Sure, I'll leave the Charlie horse in. No, this episode's going to be edited down. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Andy, where can they find you on the internet?
I'm at Andy Jefferis on Instagram, and that's pretty much all I'm on anyway. That's Andy Jefferes. And also the Royds on Instagram, obviously.
Absolutely. _Royds, ROYDS. I'm Rob Hall. You can find me on Instagram at Robert Corridor. But thank you so much, everyone, for listening to the RoydsRevue podcast. That was our take on the Lost World, Jurassic Park. Please contact us on Twitter or Instagram, letting us know which song you preferred, A Whole New Set of Mistakes or I Came Here to Live. I'm Rob Hall with Andy Jefferis. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.